Can I do what?
Bring the microphone close to you,
Yeah.
to your mouth, because I hear you very quietly.
Quietly. Okay. I'm actually not sure why. Heidi, can you hear me well or no?
Now it's much better, but I can't hear him.
Yeah,
At the
Tongue, it's a
first,
little bit hard.
yeah, at the first his voice was very good, but gradually to getting lower and smaller and smaller.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure
I'm
what's up with
quiet.
that.
Okay, let
And
me
Okay, that's
try.
nice.
now it's okay now.
Yeah, sounds fine now.
So what about right now?
Yeah, now it's loud. You were perfect right before. Um,
Okay.
um, but hmm, yeah. So Tongue, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Vietnam.
From where?
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay,
Yes.
awesome. And really nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
And Shinwei?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, how's it going?
Fine. Happy New Year for you.
Happy New Year to you as well. And David, David, how are you?
Oh, fine. My camera from. Well, good, good. I'm from Argentina, but I live the
Okay.
most part of the year in Los Angeles.
Okay, so you're from Argentina, but you live most of the year where?
In Los Angeles, in the States, in California.
Wow. Wow. That's very cool. So what are you doing in Los Angeles?
I'm working. I'm working in a website company, and I live there with my partner.
Awesome.
And yeah, but I have kids in Argentina, grandsons in Argentina, and a daughter and a granddaughter, three granddaughters in Scotland. So I am, my life is a tour between many continents.
Yeah, that must be hard. It's a lot of travel, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. And Shinwei, so what have you done today, Shinwei? What did you do today?
In the morning, I have taught 3 lessons for my students. In the
Okay.
afternoon, in the afternoon, I spent some time with my daughter.
Okay. Nice. That sounds like a pretty good day. Um,
Yes,
and nice. And Tong, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Tong?
Not the oo sound.
Tung?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Bravo.
Thanks. And so Tung, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do?
Well, I like playing computer games and listening to the music and watching movies when I have a free time.
Okay. So video games, watching movies. Awesome. And Heidi, what have you done today?
Today is the end of year, so I needed to clean up many
Okay.
places, and I prepare some food for special food for New Year's Day.
Okay, nice. That's probably what I should do actually too, is clean up my house before New Year's, but um, who knows if that'll happen.
Where
And
are you?
David, what about you?
Where do
Huh?
you live, Joshua? Where do you live?
Uh, I'm living in Costa Rica right now, so I live in Costa Rica. Um, yeah, David, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do when you're not working?
Me? Well, I like too much to read.
Nice.
I'm very fond to now to speak to learn English because I live in the States and I have all the family in Scotland, and I have to be especially uh, comfortable hearing they speaking in this that strange accent they have, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I talk with my granddaughter, I never understand her. She speaks very fast, and in this horrible. So I learn all this stuff. I read and I hear a lot of music when I work
Okay.
also.
Nice. Yeah, that would be really difficult. Having family from Scotland. I think
Yeah.
that there's a good percentage of the people from Scotland that I don't understand, and I speak
Yeah.
English fluently. um, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that is one of my main concerns now,
Okay.
to speak
Very cool.
English the most easily I can.
Okay. Well, again, really nice to meet you. So I guess let's get started on today's lesson. So we're going to be learning about Mark Twain today. Heidi, did you do this lesson before? Were you already in this lesson?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Couldn't remember. David, can you, maybe when it works, can you read the title in the next few lines, David? Oh, or Shinwei. Shinwei, can you read the title in the next few lines?
Mark Twain. Today we'll learn about Mark Twain, learn about his pen name, and discuss a number of his quotations.
Yeah, maybe just quotations.
And maybe just quotations.
Yeah, quotations. So when I say maybe just, it kind of means like maybe the only thing that I would correct is the of. So yeah, maybe just quotations. So
Quotations. Quotations.
yeah, good
I,
job. Quotations.
teacher, I
Yes.
love I love Mark Twain.
Nice. I'm really glad. I love Mark Twain too. I think he's a really great
He's
writer.
he was from America. He
Yeah.
is a novelist.
Mhm. Exactly.
He has written a lot of novels.
Yeah, we would say in the past tense he wrote.
He wrote.
Yeah. But good. All right. And Shinwei, can you ask Tung the first question?
Uh, teacher, you ask me to do what?
Can you ask Tung the first question?
Mm, uh, Twin, do you like read? Who is your favorite author?
Well, actually, I don't usually read, but I think I would say my favorite author is Shakespeare because he's really famous for the Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. And Juliet. Definitely, he's a very famous author. He's must be really difficult to understand. He writes some interesting and complicated things. But good, yeah, that's a great answer. What about you, Heidi? Do you like to read, and who's your favorite author? I think we already talked about it.
Yeah, before I said Sidney Sheldon, but I like Agatha Christie as well. Agatha Christie.
Nice.
I like suspense.
Christie. Is that how you spell Agatha Christie's last name, Heidi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Like suspense. Do you have a favorite book by Agatha Christie?
For example, the mother case of Nile or Oriental Express.
The Oriental Express.
Mhm.
Okay, nice. And what's the Oriental Express about? Can you explain?
Pardon?
What's it about? Can you explain what it's about?
About what?
Yeah, so
Oriental,
what's it
Oriental,
about?
Oriental Express? Oriental
Mhm.
Express is a very expensive train. There are many people from Turkey to France or some European country. They traveling in the Oriental Express. Then one person was killed in the train. A detective on the train was on the train, so he asked a lot of questions to each customers. Finally, all customers were criminals.
Okay, so all the customers, all the passengers, maybe we would say?
Yeah, all passengers in the first class train. Each one stabbed the person. So the person had a lot of wounds when he died.
Person had a lot of what?
A lot of wound or scar. What's the
Ah,
cut? Yes.
yeah, so all the passengers in the train stabbed their
Yes.
murderer?
Only one person. Yes.
Wow.
All passengers are related. Before they were working in some rich family's house, then the person cheated that owner of the house. Then the owner died. So the owner was very good for servant. Then servants gathered in the train. They killed him.
Ah, okay, the servants.
Servant
It's like the
employed.
ones who are working in the train? Yeah, the
Yes.
employees.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, and David or David.
Yes,
David, which do you prefer, David or David?
it's the same for me, David. We are speaking English, so it's
Okay.
David.
Okay,
David is for Spanish. Uh,
what was,
yeah, well, I like to read a lot. And who is my favorite author? You can believe, Mark Twain.
no
Especially,
way.
especially, I like very much because all his satiric way to, especially this book, Letters from Hell, which is a book about letters that one of the angels, the devil, sent to God and the others in the sky, in the heaven, to tell him how is the man after the creation, and how is the religion that the man has, how is the vision of God that the men have.
Oh
So
wow.
he write letters that you can believe. They speak about sexuality, they speak about the violence, they speak about all these problems in, or the special vision. The, the meaning of the book is that there is a God, there is a heaven, but the human being don't know exactly, and they repeat, and they have an image of the heaven and God that is not the real. It's more close to the human condition and to the human's sense of or the human vision of everything in the life, you know. Did
Nice.
you understand what I say?
Yeah, I think that you did a really good job. Um,
Okay.
you spoke quickly, so I wasn't able to get all of the little things. But if you look in the chat box, the Verblink chat box, I wrote down the majority of what you said. I think that was really good, though, and that's awesome that you like Mark Twain so much.
Yeah.
Um, I guess,
Interesting.
last but not least, Shinwei, what about you? Do you like to read, and who's your favorite author?
I like to read, but I know his Chinese name, but I don't know his English name.
Okay. What kind of books does he write?
Uh, I like read some science fiction stories.
Nice. Okay. Do you have a favorite science fiction story?
I remember the book I read was called was called I don't know the name. I'm sorry. Uh,
Okay. What was it about? What happened?
and uh, oh, uh, I don't know the name. uh, I only remember a little bit. I'm
You only
sorry.
remember what?
Uh, I forget that.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. But you like to read science fiction stories. All right. Nice. And I think we've spent quite a bit of time on this page. Let's go on and let's try some vocabulary. And let's start with Tung. Can you read the title and the words?
Okay, vocabulary. Read the words. Ask about words you don't know. Pen name. Circle, I guess. Satire. Setting. Wit. Prose. Comprehension. Interfere.
Good. Okay, so you did a good job with a lot of those.
Thank
Um,
you. But the
yeah.
there's some of them I haven't known.
Yeah, so sequel.
Sequel is
Can you repeat sequel?
it's me or whatever or something special.
Okay, so I was gonna ask Tung just to repeat it for now.
Uh,
So just
Sequel.
repeat the pronunciation.
Sequel.
Sequel. Yeah.
Yes.
And prose.
Prose.
Yeah. Okay, prose. Other than that, though, you did a really good job with your pronunciation.
Thank
All
you.
right, and who has any questions about any of these words? Does anybody not know what any of these words mean?
Yes. Sequel. What does it mean?
Okay, good. And David, you are starting. What's a sequel?
you ask me?
Yeah, David, do you know?
Okay, yes. Sequel is a book that continues with with a former book. It's or chapters or series. It's one. Yeah, it's okay. The definition.
Yeah, I think that was really good. So it's a part of a series. It's a book that continues the story of a former book. Does that make sense, Toom?
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, welcome.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is center?
Satire. Good question. Who can explain what satire is?
satire is this,
Sorry?
it's a special. Do you ask for everybody or?
Yeah, whoever knows. So go ahead.
Satire is a way to. It's a kind of idea, write it or a movie or whatever, who have a very critical and with humor uh, about different situations that happens in the books or what happened in the meaning of the story. It's a special, it's a satiric way to I don't know how different to explain it.
Okay. Um, I think you're really close. So it's
Kind kind
yeah.
of
Go ahead, Heidi.
kind of criticism or ironic, mixed some ironic
Yeah, ironic. Yes, that's ironic is the proper word.
and
Yeah.
joke and joke.
Angelic, yeah.
I'd say that's definitely true. So it's a kind of criticism. It definitely uses a lot of irony and jokes. It's a humorous story that is meant to is meant to expose people's maybe ignorance or stupidity
Yeah.
in real life. So yeah, satire is it's a way of telling ironic jokes in a story using ironic humor to expose kind of the foolishness of humanity or different people. Does that make sense, Shinwei?
The the other students explain this very well. I have
Yeah.
another question. What is prose?
Okay. Good question. What is prose? Does anybody know? Who can explain what prose is?
Rose.
Hmm.
What, hello?
Yeah.
Is the, I think the class is finished? No, sorry.
Prose?
I miss your class. Ah,
Can
okay.
you not? Okay. Heidi, do you know what prose is?
Prose is like writing a sentence or something, not poetry,
Rose
not
Yeah.
is
no poem.
Yeah. Not poetry, we would say. Can you repeat poetry, Heidi?
Poetry.
Yeah. So it's writing, not poetry. So it could be an essay,
Hmm. Yeah.
a novel, a story, news, any sort of writing that's not poetry is prose. Does that make sense, Shinwei?
Thank you, Heidi. You are very clever. Your English is excellent.
I agree. Um, good. And Shinwei, do you have any other questions?
Mm. Oh, I ask so much question.
That's okay. If there's anything that you don't understand, it's good to ask for sure.
Mm. Let's continue.
Are you sure, Shinwei? So, just to go over, a pen name is a name that authors will use that's not their real name, so it's a false name. A setting is just the place where the story takes place. Wit is like intelligent humor. So if somebody makes a joke that is funny but also very smart, that would be a witty joke, we could say. So wit is intelligent humor. Comprehension is like understanding. And interfere is so it's like a way to block something. So if you interfere with something else, it's like you stop it from happening. Actually, not exactly sure why Shakespeare is in here. It's probably in the reading, but good. And Tung, can you read this first paragraph?
Yes. Well, Samuel Langhorne Clemens, better known by his pen name Mark Twain, was an American author and humorist. He wrote The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and its sequel, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. The latter is often called the Great American Novel.
Good. And maybe just ladder, the ladder.
The latter, okay, ladder, the latter.
Good. Really nice job. And I guess I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer this, Heidi. If you had to choose a pen name for yourself, what would you choose and why?
Hide.
Heidi. Or
Hide.
Hyde.
Yeah.
Hyde. Okay. And why would you choose Hyde?
Hide is my nickname, not a real name. So I
Okay.
will choose Hide.
Hyde. Okay, perfect. And so, Hyde, can you read this next paragraph?
Okay. Twain grew up in Hannibal, Missouri, which provided the setting for Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. After an apprenticeship with a printer, he worked as a very difficult typesetter. Okay. He worked as a typesetter and contributed articles to the newspaper of his older brother, Orion Clemens. He later became a riverboat, riverboat pilot on the Mississippi River before heading west to join Orion in Nevada. His wit and satire in prose and in speech earned praise from critics and peers, and he was a friend to President industrialists and European royalty.
Nice. Okay. Really good job. There's some really difficult words here. But yeah, for the most part, really good pronunciation. The first thing I saw, Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Yeah. Contributed.
Contributed.
Nice. Contributed. Orion, I think.
Orion.
Yeah.
Orion Clement.
Orion.
Clemens.
Mm-hmm.
Orion Clemens.
And then praise.
Praise.
Yeah. Praise. Industrialists.
Industrialists.
Good. And royalty.
Royalty.
Good. Royalty. And I think. Okay, good. Really nice job. And I guess, David, can you read this last little section?
Yes, he was lauded as the greatest American humorist of his age, and William Faulkner called Twain the father of American literature.
Good. So literature, yeah, he did a good job. Good pronunciation. That was solid. What's it mean, lauded? What does lauded mean, David?
Lauded when people say about something that he would make a good job, or he was a good writer, is full with prizes and honor, and that's lauded, I think.
Yeah. So, yeah, when you just talk highly of somebody as something, you praise them, you laud them, pretty much. Really good. And the Great American Novel. Why do you think Huckleberry Finn was the Great American Novel, David?
Again, please.
So why do you think Huck Finn was the Great American Novel?
For me,
Hmm.
William Faulkner is one of them, and also this, I don't remember exactly the name. He wrote this story about uh, well, also let me think about the American novel, Peter Faulkner, Hemingway too.
Yeah. Okay, but what about so Huck Finn specifically? Did you ever read that book?
Again, please.
Okay, so did you ever read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn?
Yes, yes, of course. When I was a child.
Okay, and so it's called the Great American Novel, and so it's probably one among many. Why do you think that might be? Do you have any ideas about why would that be the Great American Novel? Oh man. Okay. It's a difficult question. It's fine. So don't worry about that. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Does anybody have any questions?
Usually.
Okay.
What is
And yep,
what is um what does apprenticeship meaning? Apprentice.
apprenticeship.
Apprentice.
Apprenticeship.
Apprenticeship. Okay.
And who can explain what does apprenticeship mean?
An apprenticeship is, sorry,
Like some, for example, carpenter or many place like hand making. I think. Then people want to learn about that. Then master and pupil, the relationship with the master and pupil. They don't pay any money, but they can learn the technique or rope from the master for free.
Yeah. So we'd say that the pupil isn't paid money, but they learn the ropes.
Maybe sometimes they paid money.
not always, not always, not in all the countries. Maybe an apprentice can earn its money, but not in the same way as master. But it's not part of the general definition that we don't get paid. I think.
Okay, yeah, so I guess there could be pay. Often it's just to learn the ropes is what Heidi said. That was good. So yeah, learn how to master a trade um, by working for a master in a trade. So somebody who does things with his hands. So we could have some like a print press, um, a carpenter, a tailor, things like that. So jobs that work with their hands a lot often have apprentices who learn the trade from the master. That was really good, Heidi. Okay, and good. Does anybody have any other questions here?
Wait, I have the last question.
Okay, wit. And who can explain what wit is?
Oh, I don't know this word. Typesetter. Typesetter.
Okay, typesetter.
Eh.
So a typesetter is just an old job. So when there were typewriters and print presses, the print press would put the text and like the letters in the order that they should have been printed. So for a printing press, you'd have to have a typesetter who arranges the letters of what's going to be printed. So it's a really tricky job. It just takes a lot of time. So if you look, hold on, I'm trying to get a picture. Oh man. So again, you have lots of little letters, and so what you do is put the letters together in the order that they're going to be printed. Actually, kind of in reverse because it needs to be printed on paper. So if we look at this, sorry, hold on, Shinwei. So this is an example of somebody forming the letters that are going to be printed. So it's just all in reverse because it's printed on paper. But it's an old profession, and it's not something that happens anymore.
Yeah, and
Does that
it's
make sense?
very hard stuff.
I know this. I see. Thank you, teacher. You are good teacher.
Okay.
You are very patient.
I
And
try.
now.
Hopefully that makes sense. This is another example of typesetting. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And I think we're good here. Let's go to the next page. And let's have David. Can you ask Shinwei the first question?
What's Mark Twain's most famous story? An answer?
No, so let Shinwei answer.
It's Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you think.
And Shinwei, do you know any other of his famous stories, Shinwei?
Oh, I only know this story. You're you're talking about him today.
Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. So I guess let's have Shinwei. Can you ask Tung the next question?
Hello, Twain. Can you hear me? Let me ask you this question. Where did Mark Twain grow up?
Well, Martin grew up in Hannibal, Missouri.
Nice, really good memory. Wow. Good. And let's have Tung. Can you ask Hyde the next question?
Heidi, what were some of Mark Twain's jobs?
He worked in his older brother's newspaper company as a typesetter, and he wrote some news articles. And later he moved to other place, and he became a boat pilot in Mississippi River.
Nice. We'd say on the Mississippi.
In, not in.
We'd say on the Mississippi River. Yeah, so on the Mississippi River. Good. I think that's great. Okay. And Tung, what were some of your early jobs? Tung?
Uh, my early job, actually, I'm still studying right now.
Okay, I'm still studying. Good. So I changed my keyboard around, so I won't be able to do um, any apostrophes or a lot of my punctuation is off. I'm sorry about that. Okay, good. And I guess Heidi, what about you? Did you have any early jobs?
My first job with the newspaper girl. I was distributing a newspaper to the houses
Nice.
when
Newspaper.
I was a high school student.
This is when I was a high school student. That's cool. That's a really funny job. And okay, what about you, David? Did you have any early jobs?
Yes, yes, I am an architect, and I worked a lot of
Um,
years as an architect. But now I
okay,
turn to the internet world.
nice. Did you have any jobs before you were an architect? Did you have any like young jobs or first jobs?
No, no, no. I was working in my father's industry with him.
Nice.
Yeah, as a
Okay,
mechanic.
cool. As a mechanic. And Shinwei, what about you? What were your early jobs?
After I graduated from college, I have been teaching. I never changed my job.
Good. So we can say I have been teaching since I graduated
Since I graduated,
from college. And we'd say I have not or I haven't changed jobs. But good. Really nice job. And I guess, does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. And let's change. Let's talk about some of these quotations. And let's have Tung. Can you read this first quotation?
Okay, it's better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubts.
Good. And Tung, can you ask Heidi this question right here?
Heidi, what does this quotation mean? Do you agree or disagree? Why?
Mhm. Um, Maybe you shouldn't say anything or excuses for your fault or something.
I'm sorry. So
Mm.
I heard maybe you shouldn't say anything, but I didn't hear what you said after.
Yeah, if you had some mistakes, you shouldn't say something. Or
Okay, so if you maybe aren't sure, you shouldn't say anything?
people tend to complain about a lot of things, a lot of happenings.
Okay.
It's a very satiric with the quotation, very satiric.
Can you explain a little bit, David?
Yeah, because he said that to open it and remove all doubt. That means that the other people will know that you are stupid, maybe, or ignorant, or whatever.
Yeah, so he assumes.
But I think that the meaning of this last phrase is and remove all doubt. It means about the other people can say that you speak without knowing what do you say.
Yeah, so if you remove all doubt, you will, I think, maybe make sure that the person listening to you maybe thinks that you are foolish or ignorant. Okay. Yeah. So maybe if you don't know something, it's better to stay quiet on the subject.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, Shinwei, what do you think about that? Um, do you agree or do you disagree, and why?
I have the different meaning for this quotation.
Okay.
This quotation means action is more important than speaking too much words.
All right. I think that's a really good sentence. It's better to keep your mouth. And it might be. So it's better to let people think you're a fool if you keep your mouth closed. That's the first part, and then we have the second part then to open it. So we have two options. So we can have silent and seem like a fool. Maybe seem foolish. Um, and then versus
Open it
talking and being foolish.
and show yourself foolish.
Yeah, so one is unsure and the other is sure. Does that make sense, Shinwei?
Uh, I'm trying to thinking what you think.
Um,
That's I think,
okay. It's a
I think that is an advice for people who used to speak and drop opinions of everything, maybe without knowing exactly what they say.
yeah, but
It's
I
not
think you're right. For people who give advice or tell their opinions
without
without
knowing.
knowing what they are talking about. Yeah, good. Tung, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with David, and this quotations mm, what says we should how say watch out our speech.
Yeah.
What we say?
What,
Yeah, okay.
what was it? You could also say watch our speech too. Our speech. But good. Okay. Yeah. And I think this is good advice. Maybe just not when you're learning another language. But yeah. All right. And let's go here. Let's look at another quotation for now. We can. Let's try this. And so let's have Heidi. Hyde, can you read this quotation?
I have never let my schooling interfere with my education.
Good. And Shinwei, what do you think that means?
I have never let my schooling interfere with my education.
Any
Oh,
ideas?
Yes.
oh, uh, uh, oh, uh, uh, everyone should have his own everyone everyone should have own oh everyone should have his own ideas.
Okay. Everyone should have his own ideas. I think you're really close. I think that's a good point. That's part of it. Tung, can you explain it a little bit more?
Yes, I think this quotation means we should study not only in the school but also out of the school. Maybe we should study in the real life or from something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good. I
I think that's
agree.
a really good point. Heidi, do you have anything else to add?
There's some two words, street smart and book smart. Uh, the knowledge from book is it's sure, but street smart is the knowledge came from experiences. It's more important than learning in the school.
Okay.
Teacher, can I add something?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, when you were when you was in the school, a lot of teacher taught you how to do things,
Hmm.
but when you go into the real life, but when you go into the real society, uh, you will you will learn more. You will learn more uh, than in school.
Okay, good.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did that schooling means maybe the way you used to that you dedicate to your study? Because I think that this quotation is more for a guy or some people who maybe is very applied for making all these homeworks or reading all the books the teacher said that they don't have time to be in relation with the other part of their life, you know, in street and friends. And is that true? Is true what I say, or what do you
Okay.
think?
I think you've got a good point. So maybe education is more than just what the teachers tell you to think. So this is somebody who maybe wasn't wasn't always studying. I think that's good. The idea of schooling is what other people teach you. So if you're being schooled, it's like you're being taught about something specific. And so I think he never limited what he could learn or what he would learn to what people would teach him. Um, so being in school was often interfering with his knowledge or his own education. The teacher taught something maybe poorly, or maybe didn't teach what he wanted to learn. So he didn't let that, stop him from learning what he wanted and learning it well. I think that's kind of what it is. So it's the idea of, you can take advantage or you can take control of your own education. And education is not just in school, so I think that's a really good point. So education is also out of school, street smarts versus book smarts. I think you guys all said something good about this quotation. I think that was really good. Does anybody
Teacher,
have any questions? Yes.
teacher, I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. Uh,
Okay.
I tell you my experience. Mm, For the past, in the college, I have learned English, but I didn't master English. When when a few months ago, I joined the Warbling. I think I learned more than in the school. I
Nice.
learned a
Good.
lot than in the school.
Good. We would say I think I have learned more than I
Oh,
learned in school.
I
It's the
have learned.
present progressive. Yeah, because you're still doing it.
Mm. I think
But
I
good.
have
Okay.
learned more than I learned in school. Oh,
Ex-
great, great.
exactly. Really good. Okay. And so, unfortunately, we're just about out of time. Does anybody have